All right, I'm doing some work on Yoshi, my 2005 Montero, and I wanted to share something with you guys that I don't think has really ever been discussed, and that is when you take your ride height measurements, you want to see where you're at with your vehicle, if everything is level, measure from the center on level ground, measure from the center of the wheel up to the bottom of the fender. And you want to do that measurement on all four wheels, and then you can see where you're sitting, if you're level from left to right, and you probably are going to be pretty close to level from left to right because of the sway bar. That is the sway bar's job, of course, is to keep the vehicle level. Not just in a turn, it does it all the time, even when you're not turning. So you'll get your ride height measurements and you'll be pretty level. But the thing is, that doesn't necessarily mean that both sides of your vehicle weigh the same and are putting the same amount of force on the springs. The driver's side on my vehicle is definitely putting more force, more downward force on the spring. I've got a much bigger battery, like a Group 27. It weighs a ton. It weighs like 75 pounds. And of course, the driver's seat is where, you know, there's always someone in there. So this front left side tends to be more under load than the passenger front side. There's also the brake booster in this location, for example, so there's more stuff. So what I would encourage you to do is to disconnect your sway bar and then take your ride height measurements again. And you might find that your driver side, when the sway bar is disconnected, actually wants to sit lower. So what does this mean? This means that I have experienced an issue where this tire will make contact up here in the wheel well when I'm off-roading at speed under compression. I can't get it to do this like static on like a rack or anything like that. It's got to be at speed for the suspension to really like cycle fast and hit there before the bump stop on the lower control arm can hit. Now, it only ever happens on the driver's side. I can't ever get it to do it on the passenger side. And when I disconnected the sway bar, that gave me my answer. This side wants to sit lower naturally, and the sway bar 24/7 is fighting, trying to correct for that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to, as you can see, I've unbolted the control arm here at the top. I've unbolted the coil, the strut from up top as well. All you have to do is remove your battery tray, and then there's 3 nuts right here. And then I have unbolted the shock from the lower eye. So now I can take this coilover assembly out, but I'm not going to take it out all the way. I'm just going to lower it down just a little bit, and I'm going to insert this aluminum top hat spacer up there. And that's going to give me about 11 or 12 millimeters of lift on this side. And that should equalize things pretty nicely. It should make up the difference with the loads that I've been describing between driver side and passenger side. So kind of an unorthodox method that I haven't really seen people address very often, putting a spacer on one side but not the other. And so this is just some food for thought for you guys. You know, if you're playing around with your Montero, might be something you want to do is disconnect that sway bar and see the differences in your measurements when that's not attached. So this is going to be my next step. And we'll see how it goes, restoring some lift on the driver's side. I can always go with longer, like extending the bump stops on the lower control arm as well, but I want to try this first. So yeah, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to share this. Viva Montero.